Alfie and Anna at breakfast. Thanks very much for joining us this morning. We're going to talk about autism now. And for people with autism, going to an airport, going to the shops, footy match can sometimes be really frightening, can be really confusing.
Yeah, just everyday things that, you may well take for granted if you don't have autism. So how on earth do companies make sure that their staff know about autism and also other conditions as well, like ADHD or maybe dyslexia, that can actually affect the way that some people behave, particularly when situations become stressful?
Well, today the North East Autism Society is launching a new service which they hope will help. It's called the Autism Neurodiversity Academy. In a moment you'll find out more. But first, let's hear from Joanne Somerville from Whitley Bay. Her son has recently been diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, and she thinks it would be of huge help if staff in different companies were trained to understand the condition better.
It definitely would make a huge difference, and we have actually had experience of the autism passport at the Newcastle airport, and that information was really, really useful to us as a family. I wasn't actually aware until we were approached by a member of staff who was really helpful, and basically the things that they actually put in place made such a difference to my son. These situations that children who have autism can find themselves in can be very scary, and they can feel very, very anxious, and they can be very overwhelming. It can be very noisy. They don't know what's going to happen next if they're approached by a police person. They may not know what to expect in that situation, and that can be very overwhelming and may lead to, a meltdown or anxiety.
Well, that's Joanne Somerville. If you've just joined us on BBC Newcastle Radio for the North East from Whitley Bay, and her son's just been diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome. And joining us now in the studio from the Academy is Kerrie Highcock from the North East Autism Society. Kerrie, thanks ever so much for coming in early. Just tell us, how does the Academy actually work?
Yeah, so we're really excited because it's the official launch today of the ANDA Academy. Basically, what we're looking to do is we're serving as a world-class training platform, really, so that we can offer training, consultancy services to a variety of sectors across the whole of the UK, really.
And why is it so important that this happens?
It's absolutely key. I mean, we believe at NIAS we really have the key to improve a lot of lives by launching this academy. It's the first of its kind, so we're not just looking at autism, we're looking at all neurodiverse conditions, which is really important.
What kind of conditions are those?
So we're looking at things like dyspraxia, dyslexia, dyscalculia, and what we're doing with that is really it's about accepting that people have got a neurological difference as opposed to just a label that's attached to them.
Yeah.
So that's really the purpose of the academy, is to educate people on that, whether that's in business, whether it's in a school, a busy airport, for example. We really want to kind of be the go-to people really on autism and neurodiverse conditions.
Do you think that companies are they missing out on some really great employees and great possibilities and great brains just because there's a lack of understanding?
Yeah, they're absolutely missing out. There's so much talent out there in terms of our individuals that have, neurodiversity. For example, in this room, one of us may have difficulty with reading and writing, for example. We may not be diagnosed with dyslexia. What it actually means is we've got a neurological difference, and that's absolutely okay. Now, in a workplace, we need to really look at these strengths, as everyone, again, in this room's got strengths and weaknesses. We need to, from an employment point of view, really look at them and think, actually, how can we make these work within a workplace? And they can provide really amazing skills for the workplace.
And what kind of skills will you be teaching the people that come along then? Is it how you speak to people, how you understand what they're thinking, that kind of thing?
So the Academy is really kind of a comprehensive platform, really, where we do bespoke training for individuals or for organisations as a whole. We'll do consultancy services. We'll have kind of e-learning packages if people want to access that. So really the training that we're going to be delivering and the consultancy services is very personalised to the organisation. For example, we've been working on this now for about a year through a pilot project that we did in partnership with the Autism Alliance UK. So already we've delivered training we delivered it to 150 GPs in Sunderland, which was fantastic. We've delivered it to the Sage, Beamish, a variety of theatres and the National Careers Service, for example. So we know it works and we want to build on that now.
And what did people learn? What did they tell you that they'd learned? What were
They told us it changed practice, so it changed the way that they deliver their services. It also changes the customer experience as well. So if people at the airport, and remember we have about 40 airports across the UK, if people in every airport just change the way that they could make small differences to people that have got these kind of neurodiverse conditions coming through, that would have a massive impact on families and the individuals themselves. And it would really kind of change that customer experience. So from a business point of view, it's actually quite an attractive prospect as well.
Well, the best of luck, Kerrie. Thank you very much for coming in this morning. Really interesting stuff. Kerrie Highcock there from the North East Autism Society.